You've probably heard the claim, they're just paid protesters. But is there any truth to the idea that people are actually paid to riot? Or is it just another internet rumor that's spiraled out of control? Let's unpack the facts, the psychology, and the misinformation behind one of the most controversial modern myths. Where the idea comes from. The idea of paid rioters isn't new. It gained major traction during protests in the US and around the world, especially after events turned violent or chaotic. Social media posts, conspiracy forums, and even public figures have amplified the claim, often without proof. The psychology of believing it. Why are so many people ready to believe this? Psychologically, it offers a simple explanation for complex events. It shifts blame from societal issues to shadowy forces, which feels more manageable, even if it's not true. What evidence actually exists? Investigative journalists and researchers have tried to find solid evidence of organized paid rioters. The results? Almost none. While there have been small instances of people being paid to attend protests or act as provocateurs, there's no widespread network or industry behind it. The role of social media, disinformation. Fake job listings, edited videos, and viral memes often claim to show evidence of payment. In reality, many of these are fabricated or misinterpreted, used to discredit movements or stir public anger. Real versus fake protest participation. It's important to distinguish between protesters, looters, and instigators. Not everyone at a protest is rioting, and not every riot is a protest. In some cases, opportunists or outside groups do show up to cause chaos, but that doesn't mean they were hired to do it. Government and corporate infiltration. History shows us that governments have infiltrated protests before, like during COINTELPRO in the 1960s. But infiltration isn't the same as hiring people to riot. It's usually about surveillance or disruption, not staged violence. Astroturfing versus grassroots. There is a tactic called astroturfing, where organizations make a protest or campaign look grassroots when it's not. While common in politics and PR, it's not the same as paying people to burn cars or loot stores. Paid protesters in other contexts. In some countries, there have been instances where people were paid to attend rallies, especially in authoritarian regimes trying to fake public support. But again, there's a big difference between showing up and committing violence. Who benefits from the narrative? Calling protesters paid rioters undermines legitimate movements and deflects from real grievances. It's often a tool used by those in power to delegitimize dissent and shift public opinion. The bottom line. Is it possible that a handful of people have been paid to incite violence? Sure, but the idea of widespread paid rioting, it's more myth than fact, fueled by fear, politics, and misinformation. Next time you hear that someone was paid to riot, take a closer look. Sometimes the loudest claims are the least true, and understanding the psychology behind them helps us all think more clearly. If you found this breakdown helpful, like the video, share it with a critical thinker, and subscribe for more truth-based deep dives into controversial questions.